Hello, everybody. Good to see you all again. Welcome to the episode of the Seven Sound Podcast. Today's episode is beloved movies that. Dang.
That are left out of discussions.
It's okay, little buddy. You can do it.
Beloved movies left out of discussion. Okay.
Hey, it's okay, champ.
Might as well write that down so I don't forget my lines.
So are we scrapping this intro?
No, we're leaving this.
Okay.
Yeah, keep that a movie reel. That'll be
We're keeping this.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's name is John Thompson. He's the action animation expert since he forgot who he was. I'm Matthew, the superhero and sci-fi expert.
One of two superhero sci-fi experts.
Oh, we are
'cause
keeping
I,
this one.
Dyllan, am the other. You butthole. Try to take the tile off for yourself? Screw off.
Yeah.
You know what? Forget it. Yeah, we're keeping this as the real. Okay.
Let's roll with the punches, baby.
We
Now
don't. You know.
roll with the changes.
You know what, guys? If you want to hear the booper, there's your first booper, and it's gonna keep it in the episode. You're happy,
booper.
guys, aren't you? And yes, I am the action animation expert.
Booper.
Yeah.
That's
also-
what's going to replace the Facebook like, is the boop.
Yeah, just boop right in the nose.
But anyway, in all seriousness, welcome.
We need to make a little gif of that, just poking John in the nose, and that's the booper.
Okay. But anyway,
with it.
yes, the episode is beloved movies that left out of discussion. Now I got it right the first time. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
let's go.
That was the second time, but okay.
I know so.
Anyway, are you
Yeah,
guys
let,
ready
let
for
him have his fantasy.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting one because there's gonna be a lot of examples. And I'm like, I didn't think about that. Which
Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna just take turns. We're just gonna like go around and just give our examples like we did with the controversial movies.
yeah.
So that way we could bounce off each other.
Yeah, it works for me.
Are you guys ready for trivia?
Not really, but let's shoot.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Not really.
70s war movies.
70. Oh God. All right.
What did Francis Ford Coppola have to wait on with Apocalypse Now?
I think I might have an idea.
And this will be worth 3 points.
Yeah, I say you want to give it a try on this one?
No.
No. Okay.
Y'all might shoot me for this, but I actually haven't seen Apocalypse Now.
Neither have I.
I mean,
I said 70s war movie and I meant 2010 war movies. So I just, since I said 70s right last week, I just rolled with it, and that was the only one I could think of.
All right, well, I mean, that kind of. I quickly Googled like random 70s war movies because I was like, I don't know, man. And
I've been wanting to watch Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, same.
I've been
Yeah,
wanting to
yeah.
watch it. Yeah.
it's
I
one of the
heard it's a
greats.
masterpiece, and it's actually one of Roger Ebert's favorite movies of all time. So there you go.
There's like 3 different cuts of it, too.
Yeah, there is.
I'm gonna have to figure out which one most people recommend.
The like ultimate cut or whatever.
Okay, I believe that.
I thought there were 2 versions.
No,
there
there's
was
3. There's like the director's cut, and then
Oh.
there's like the final cut or whatever.
Also, there was Redux.
Redux, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that's like 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Ah.
Whew, all right, yeah, I can sit down for that.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Oh no, like a helicopter or something. Oh, frick, man, I don't know. John.
I was thinking more of if Martin Sheen was able to do the movie because he was actually having a little bit of sickness during the making of the movie. It's pretty fascinating.
Did he have to wait on Martin Sheen to stop shitting himself or something? Is that what it was?
Well,
Because
there was a lot of
similar issue.
there was a lot of crazy things that happened there, and that might have been one of them. And also, if he was healthy enough to do the movie, so I'm gonna go if Martin Sheen was healthy enough to do the movie. That's my guess too.
Yeah, no, I'll run with that because I mean that was kind of popular with movies around that time period. Like Predator had that issue, Raiders had that issue.
Exactly.
Like, yeah,
exactly.
no, I could see that being it.
Yeah.
So you guys are locking in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
might as well.
No.
No.
This was actually like the second result on the page for it too. Like it was like one of the top trivia pieces.
What?
They had no like computers that could do, or not computers, like nothing that could like read the prints where they
Oh.
filmed it. So he did not see a single frame of the movie until he got back to California because they filmed it in the Philippines.
Holy crap.
Oh wow.
So he had to take everything on faith that the footage looked good.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I mean, fortunate, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought that would be an interesting one.
Yeah, for sure.
We should do as a future episode movies that was able to survive production nightmares.
Yeah.
We need to do that episode. That would be
There's
interesting.
a lot out there.
Oh yeah, but that would be fascinating.
Let's see. What do we want to do next week?
Oh no.
I think we're gonna do 2000 sci-fi.
Okay.
Okay. Star Trek.
Or Star Wars.
I'll give you a free clue ahead of time. I'll give this to Garrett too.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm being serious. This is not me trying to throw you off the trail.
Okay.
I know this is going to be one of your choices that you're going to look up. It is not Alien versus Predator.
Okay.
Star Wars.
I'm not saying anything else. I'm just saying it's not Alien versus Predator.
Okay.
Because I figured that would have been one of the go-to choices you guys would have won for.
Yeah, probably.
alien.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
So,
So
right on.
yeah. So how you guys been doing last week or everything? How you guys doing?
It was pretty groovy.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I dug it.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
Yeah, I would say my niece's birthday. It was great. It was awesome. It was exhausting, but it was worth it.
Please tell me you didn't drop her on her head.
No, he did it twice.
Thank goodness, no.
No, he somehow he dropped himself on his head.
He Luigi'd off the front porch.
Oh, brother. But
The Mario brother, not the supposed
But
I should make that clarification.
But I gotta tell you what was actually is adorable. She waved at me more times than any other family members around during the entire day of the party. It was awesome. It was really cool. She loves her Uncle John. She absolutely loves it.
Yeah, she sees another big baby.
Ha ha ha! Very very funny.
Thank you. I'm starting my comedy routine next week.
But seriously,
Don't my job.
No. But seriously, it was.
Knock that shit off.
But seriously, it was great. It was awesome, and I had a really great time. It was very fun.
Awesome. Good to know.
And she was born on Pi Day, which I had no idea that there was such thing as Pi Day.
How about the pie in the face?
Just put the baby in the
And the
cake.
party was. Wow.
Easy, Hamill. Easy.
Yeah, it's easy. But yeah, it was decorated all in pie decoration, pie paintings, and different types of pies.
They should make that her birthday cake every year, just a pie.
Oh,
That works,
that would be a good idea. Yeah. So that's the reason why, guys, I wasn't here last week because the Electric State episode, which was very fascinating. And when you guys talked about food fights, you're lucky. I already seen it, and I hated it. It was one of the worst anime movies I've ever seen, and one of the worst movies ever.
So do you think the state of the episode last week was pretty good? Do you think the overall state of the episode was pretty good?
Cut out dead
I-
air.
I
Well,
should
we're
have
good.
I should have gone here. I should have gone here.
So yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll jump in with the first movie here.
Okay.
This actually, I believe, won Oscars. I will look this up as I'm talking. It
Okay.
stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Jaimin Hansu. I believe it won Oscars in 2007 at the Academy Awards that year. I'm stalling for time, so I don't have dead air. Yes, it came out in 2006. It has an 8 on. It was nominated for 5 Oscars. It
Oh,
didn't
damn.
win any. Blood Diamond.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
It's about a fisher. This is a reading from IMDb. A fisher, a smuggler, and a syndicate of businessmen match wits over the possession of a priceless diamond. It's about the diamond trade in Africa with like slavery and
that's what I figured.
in Sierra Leone.
Huh.
Excellent, excellent movie. I've not heard a single person talk about that movie in years.
Really?
Yeah, since probably about when I bought it in like 2015. I've not seen a single person talk about it.
Yeah,
And like I said, it's nominated for 5 Oscars. It's got an 8 out of 10 on IMDb. So it's a really well-regarded movie, and obviously Leonardo DiCaprio and Jaimin Hansu.
right. Yeah, no, 2 amazing actors.
Yeah,
For a title like that, I probably would enjoy that movie.
You would very much enjoy that movie. Jennifer Connelly's also in it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, nice.
I think that's actually like how I know about the movies because of Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah. I'd recommend it to both of you. It's really good.
Okay. You don't know if it's on anywhere, right?
No, someone else go while I look it up.
Okay.
And it's why we did well at the box office. On a $100 million budget, it made $171.7 million. So it did okay,
It did better at home though in like video rental.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
believe it, yeah.
but that's a really good point. Years later, hardly was anyone talking about it. Yeah, that's a really interesting choice, which is weird. Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Connelly, and hardly anyone's talking about it. That is weird, especially when Leonardo's in it.
It is not streaming anywhere,
Ah,
but it is available from the video store.
yeah, I believe it.
There you
All
go.
right.
That's why you buy physical media, folks.
No, the video store is in my extra bedroom. It's available from the video rental place.
Ah. Well,
I'll take
Well-
your first of kin.
well, good luck trying to find it
That's the people
online,
signing
folks. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
It's available to rent and stuff, but yeah. I'm saying like I have it, John. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, I didn't think you were getting that.
I get Matthew. More of your lame jokes. Got it.
No, it wasn't a joke. I'm saying I have the DVD.
I know you do, but people wouldn't get.
I think you're the only one that's lost here. What do you got, Dylan? Do you got it off the top of your head?
I bring it up any opportunity that I get, but Monster Squad from the 80s.
Oh yeah, I've heard that was really popular.
Yeah, no, it is. I very rarely see anybody talk about it. I think the last time that I saw somebody talk about it was just a random reference in a TikTok comment section.
Okay.
Like otherwise, I never see anybody say anything unless it's the most well-known joke from it or the most well-known quote from it. Wolfman's got nards.
Nice.
Other than that, like nobody, I don't see anybody talk about it. I don't see anybody talk about the creature design. I don't see anybody talk about the deeper issues within the deeper quote unquote issues within the world of Monster Squad or the deeper themes or anything like that. Like I hear nothing other than Wolfman's got nards. And even then, it's rare. Like it's the amount of time that goes by is like 3-4 years or something like that. Otherwise, it's just me like talking about it every opportunity I get. But it's a great movie. Like I love it. My dad introduced me to it when I was little. From the little bits I've seen throughout my life on the internet. Like people really do seem to love it. Like it seems to hold a place in a lot of people's hearts. It's just nobody says lick about it.
Yeah.
No, it's a wonderful monster movie. I highly recommend it to everybody.
Steve gave it to me. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I honestly, if there was ever a legacy sequel that I would love to see, it would be that.
Okay.
Which I don't know how they would do it just with how the ending of the movie was, but honestly, with the way that a lot of legacy sequels like reinvigorate the franchise, I don't think that there's anything they could do that would be bad. Because Monster Squad is a very campy movie,
Right.
and just I feel like a lot of legacy sequels they try to shoehorn in extra story by being like, oh well, here's this plot device that was not used like at all in the original movie. And then it's like, okay, well, why did nobody do this before? Like, why didn't this happen in universe beforehand?
Right.
I think that Monster Squad, you literally could do anything for a sequel.
Definitely familiar with the title, but yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I will say, as somebody who loves Creature from the Black Lagoon, the lagoon monster in it is insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, one like little piece of trivia about the movie is that the director himself worked on the creature effects.
Okay.
Like he would go into the workshop and just kind of like pull double duty, and it was one of his favorite things to do. Like he would get into like deep conversations with the lead artist, and it's really interesting. There's a lot of cool stories behind it.
Okay. You got one, John?
Yeah, I do. I have to look at my letterbox to see.
That's what I'm doing too. I'm scrolling through Letterboxd.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's the reason why I said this. I did say before we turn on the camera, this was going to be tricky because I do not want to say like a movie that a lot of people do talk about when they say people talk about this movie. So I'm gonna
Before you jump in,
yeah.
this is not a paid sponsor, but if you are a film buff, Letterboxd is your friend.
Yeah, for
Exactly.
real.
It is. It is.
It'd
So
be cool if they were a paid sponsor.
Letterboxd, hey.
yeah. Okay, so one of the choices, which this is all thanks to Letterboxd and on this one, which thank you for that. This movie, it was nominated for 4 Oscars. It won 1 award for Viola Davis. Fences.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't hear much about that anymore.
Yeah.
It's free to watch on Tubi right now, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, so far, I'm on to a good start. Fences, it's a great movie. I really enjoy it. It's based on a play, which I did not know that, actually, until I had to look it up years later. It was directed by Denzel Washington as well, so he didn't just star in the movie, he directed this movie. And the movie, it was very fascinating. The drama was great, and the acting was great. It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor for Denzel Washington, Best Adapted Screenplay, and of course, it won Viola Davis the Oscar for that one. But when people talk about the best movies of 2016, they hardly talk about that movie anymore. All they talk about is like Captain America: Civil War or La La Land, Moonlight.
No.
That's what all people talk about from 2016. And so this is definitely more of the overlooked movie that it's great, but hardly anyone talk about it, which is weird.
Well, I mean, it also got overshadowed by another movie that Viola Davis was in that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
it was
the whole
severely overshadowed.
and also the whole Oscars debacle. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I'm actually going to steal your thunder here, John,
Okay.
because I got 2 Disney movies from recent years that were not talked about much anymore.
Ooh, this should be intriguing. Okay.
One of my favorites, well, actually, these were both on my top 10 movies that year of 2020 and 2021. 2021, Raya and the Last Dragon.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of people talked about it when it first came out. It dropped off within like 4 months, and no one
Yeah.
talked about it anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
And then in 2020, Soul.
Yeah?
Part of that was it went straight to Disney Plus
Yeah, well, Soul was a Disney Plus exclusive.
for a while. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
believe they
then-
put it on DVD and stuff now.
Well, yeah, no, it made it to physical release.
Okay. I
but
heard
no.
it's getting a theatrical release too, or did recently, or
If I remember right, it was supposed to originally, and then they just threw it onto Disney Plus as an exclusive.
well, no, they were talking recently. It was supposed to get like a limited run.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
I need to look that up.
yeah. I don't know if it happened yet or it's going to happen.
I feel like Soul has always been very overlooked.
Yes.
Admittedly, I think that we've talked about it on the show too.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's painful for me to say this, but I have to agree. I mean, Soul is awesome, but
it's beautiful. Yeah.
it is great, but man, it's so disappointing that hardly anyone's talking about it. I think I had it in my top 15 in my favorite Pixar movies,
Hmm.
and I do love it.
Well,
But I need to
Better than
re-
Toy Story.
Shut up.
Don't start. Don't start.
You got me telling you to
I do
shut
need.
up, man.
I do need to rewatch Soul though. I only watched it once, but I need to rewatch it more
It
often.
definitely had
It's
a lot
been
of
a
soul.
while.
Shush.
But,
Matthew.
as for Raya, I feel like Raya ended up just like. I think that it was another case of being overshadowed.
Yes.
That's
And
true.
This might be
'Cause,
a little bit of hot water.
Shang-Chi.
I wouldn't say Shang-Chi.
Well,
But just looking at other Disney princess movies.
because Aquafina was in it, is what I was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She was in
okay.
both of those that
I
same
get what
year.
you're saying. No, I think that
And Dragons too, obviously, but yeah.
yeah, I think that the reason why I think that it's gotten overshadowed is because of Disney's personal marketing of the movie. Like they marketed it well when it came out.
Yeah.
But they haven't stuck with it.
Yeah, exactly. After that, they fully switched back to Moana,
Yeah.
and it plays into other things with Disney. I'm not
You don't
gonna
even
get
see
into.
merchandising or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
we haven't seen anything else from it. Like
I don't
it
even
was-
think they made Funko Pops for it.
I think they did.
Okay.
there wasn't a whole lot that came out, if I remember right.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember ever seeing them.
No, I think that like there was like a very basic line that came out, and that was it.
Okay.
That actually makes me want to add another one on my list. I
Okay.
can't remember at the same time. No, I just think that I got overshadowed just because of the way that Disney was marketing it.
Yeah.
Because like Disney was trying to push the Disney Premier Access or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah,
that got
where you
them
rented
into
it for
trouble with
30
Scarlett
bucks or
Johansson.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlett was not happy about that.
No, she wasn't.
They did do the same thing with the Mulan remake, and look what happened to that one.
Yeah, but I mean, we could kind of just leave the Mulan remake in the dust.
I still haven't watched it.
You mean you
though.
don't like it?
Give it an opportunity, John. I'll say that, but I despised it.
I know you did. I know.
Like-
I
like-
got
and I
it,
was
I
just
still don't watch
and I was
it.
just thinking, really, you really despise it that much? Ugh.
Yeah, a lot of people have made the comment of like, why are a lot of butt hurt babies, I'll say, have made the comments regarding the remakes, and this is just like my personal little tangent. But a lot of people have made the comments about the Disney remakes where they're like, oh, well, it ruins the original movie and all this other stuff. And people were saying that about Beauty and the Beast. People were saying about Aladdin. People were saying that about Cinderella. And it's like, okay, like if you didn't like it, that's whatever. Like you grew up with the classic.
Yeah.
Like, of course you're not going to love it as much as the classic. The classic is untouchable at this point. But like Mulan, they took out so much of the stuff that made Mulan a great movie. Like they took out Mushu and replaced it with a peacock, if I remember right.
I have no clue.
I think it was like a peacock that they replaced it with. Like they did that. Yeah, it's not even a dragon. It was a fucking peacock.
I have a hot take too.
They did that. They removed the
Wait, what?
Yes, they removed Mushu. They removed a lot of the character, a lot of the side character stuff, like with the three guys that become buddy with Mulan. They removed a lot of their character stuff. They inserted like a new character that made no fucking sense. Like it was a sorceress.
A freaking peacock?
Yeah, no, it's when people are like, well, these are soulless remakes. That is the most soulless remake that they've done. Like in my opinion.
And Mushu is hilarious. I mean, you don't replace a hilarious character like Mushu and replace it with, I like peacocks, but this one?
Yeah.
Just, come on, man.
Yeah, it's like if they replaced Genie and Aladdin with just a wizard.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's not even a funny wizard. It's just like a guy that's like, yes, this is what you have to do. Like that's it. That's it. But I will say, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Like I, even though I really don't like it, like just give it a chance. Like I will say, go into it with
Other
an open
people
mind.
Actually thought it was decent.
Yeah, I'm sure that
But-
there are people out there that like it.
Yeah.
It's just like comparing
we're-
it to the original.
But
it's-
we're
it-
going off the
no
rabbit trail with this one.
Yeah,
But,
sorry.
No, you're fine. But I agree with you. Soul and Ray at the Dragon, they're both great. Definitely overlooked. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a hot take.
What?
It is a hot take coming from me because it's not coming from John.
Uh-oh.
Because you actually liked a lot of the remakes.
I do.
One of them actually is better than the original, I think. The Jungle Book.
That's what a lot of
Yeah?
people said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do
I'd
love
agree
the
with
original. I do love the original one.
Yeah,
I do too. I love
it's
the
really
original.
good.
Yeah.
No,
The original contains one of my favorite Bible verses, actually.
Ah.
There's no greater love than one who will lay down his life for his friends.
Oh yeah.
I never caught that till like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Out of all the years I've seen it over the years, I was like,
Interesting.
wait a minute! He said the thing!
Interesting.
the Leo pointing.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you did say the two Disney ones. Mayday, you have another one?
Yeah. I'll go with Smokey and the Bandit.
I still hear people
Ooh.
talk about that.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Mostly the older crowd, but yeah, I do see people talk about it.
Yeah, I really don't see anybody in my personal.
It's
line.
not as big of a thing, but like I do see people talk about it every so often. Like I see a post maybe once a month about it.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah.
And like I definitely see, like, maybe I'm just not in the circle of seeing older generations talking about it
Yeah.
online. But I just like going to like our generation stuff. Like
Yeah.
everybody's talking about like late
Fast and
2000s
Furious.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like that at the earliest, really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's the like goldfish attention span where we just talk about what's happened the past 2 years.
Yeah.
No, Smoking the Bandit deserves a lot more love in my opinion in today's modern audience.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
can
think it's
see
great.
that.
I think it still holds up really well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can see that. Which
Yeah.
I do need to watch that one. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know about the sequels, but the first one definitely delivers really well. This still like to a modern audience. I think that it delivers really well.
Yeah.
Great
Right.
cinematography.
I heard it's fun. Okay. Here's another one. Super 8.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said that the exact same way.
Yeah.
The same tone and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. I'm on 2 for 2 with this one. Okay. This is an interesting one because I remember really enjoying it, but for some reason I have not rewatched it since, which again is very, very weird to me. Because I remember really enjoying it, and it's so fascinating about making movies. But then craziness happened, which I assume there's a little bit of alien stuff there, I assume, or a little bit of horror stuff or anything. But but this one didn't bother me that much. And it was directed by the great J.J. Abrams, and I believe Steven Spielberg was one of the producers of the film.
If I remember right.
Yeah, he was.
It's really fascinating. It's a really fascinating movie. I actually got one or two 2011 movies I do want to get into. Super 8 was definitely one of them, and it's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. This is the movie I definitely need to rewatch more often. So is this one. Hugo. Yeah.
I think about that movie at least like twice a year.
Has anyone ever heard we talk about Martin Scorsese's great movies and Hugo? Had they been discussed a lot more often? No, not really.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, Hugo
only
is
seen it the
great.
one time.
Hugo is great. You would love it.
I don't think I would, honestly.
Really?
What?
It doesn't look like one I'd enjoy from what I've heard.
I think that it's a.
It's the only family movie he directed.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. Like, coming from Martin Scorsese, I just don't see, like, I can't have that disconnect of, I don't think, that I'd enjoy it.
The characters are very well grounded. I'll
Okay.
say that.
Absolutely.
And I think that everything's really fleshed out.
Because when I think Scorsese, I think Departed and Killers of the Flower Moon.
No, it's drastically different from like everything else he's done.
Oh, yeah.
But it's there's a lot of charm to it, and I
Okay.
think that his name is Asa Butterfield.
Asa Butterfield.
Yeah, Asa Butterfield. Asa
Yep, you
Butterfield's
got it.
good in it.
Ben Kingsley, Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah,
Moretz.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is in it.
Chloe Grace Moretz. Excuse me.
Yeah, dude, I completely forgot that she was in Hugo. I thought it was somebody else.
Oh, well, at least I helped you out on that one.
Even with how much stuff she's been in, I always think of one line when I think of her. Okay, you.
Yeah, I was gonna say for Kick-Ass.
Sacha Baron Cohen is also in that movie.
Yeah, it's really interesting. When I think of Sacha Baron Cohen, I don't imagine him as Borat, and I feel that's his most well-known piece.
You think of him as Mephisto.
Well, I mean, yeah, but when the first image that comes to mind isn't even Sweeney Todd, which I love Sweeney Todd. I love the movie version at least. But it's his character from Hugo. Like anytime that I think of Sacha Baron Cohen, it's his character from Hugo. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, it's been a while that I just kind of don't go back to
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, I remember watching it for the first time, and I remember really loving it. I mean, I personally think it's one of the more underappreciated works by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I really do think you would like it. Give it a chance, Matthew. I think you would really like it.
Okay, I'm looking up information on this.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when people talk about the great Martin Scorsese films like Departed, Goodfellas, and all that other great stuff that is all the way about crime and gang member movies that he's done.
Yeah.
Hugo, yeah, the fact that it's the only family movie, it's actually kind of funny.
Well, that's another one of those cases where nobody really talked about it after the year that it came out.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And even then, I wouldn't even say that it was the full year that it came out.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what my
there
next
was
one's
like a
going to be
It was
like.
nominated
4-month
for-
period.
It was
where-
nominated for multiple Oscars that year for Hugo.
Yeah.
And yet, we're in 2025, and hardly is anyone talking about it. So look where we're at now.
Yeah, this next one came out in 2020, and barely anybody's talking about it. People barely talked about it a few months after it came out. It didn't do too well at the box office. It made $16 million on $12 million, but it was during COVID.
Yeah.
Star Shania Twain, Gary Sinise, and KJ Appa from Riverdale.
Oh,
It's a music movie. A lot of people didn't think Christian movies were that good. This was one of the ones that like proved people wrong. I Still Believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
yeah.
I love that one.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's
Yeah.
great.
A lot of people loved it because a lot of times Christian movies, like I know you like a lot of them,
I do.
but a lot of them like they're not good quality. They're just like throw it out there. And this was like one of the first like really good made ones, like well made ones.
Hmm.
And a lot of people really enjoyed it, and it just disappeared after like 3 or 4 months. And I'd seen like so many people talking about it on Facebook and stuff before then.
Boy, did I cry when I watched that one scene.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. But yeah, and he's also one of my favorite artists. I love Jeremy Camp.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's actually from Indiana.
that's true. Yeah,
He was born in Lafayette.
he was, which I found that even more fascinating. Yeah. But yeah, you're definitely right, man. Curse you, 2020. Ugh.
It really started putting the nails in the coffin for cinema.
It sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you there, man. That's another good one. Yeah.
This one did a lot better, but I consider it one of the greatest disaster movies of all time. And no one talks about it anymore. There was talking about a sequel for a minute, so people started talking about it again,
Okay.
and then it disappeared. Greenland.
Oh, I
I can see that.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
It's so good.
I heard it's great. And now
It's
we
got
can
a
say
2.9 only on IMDb, but like I know a lot of people are like, this is or not IMDb, Letterboxd. Sorry. But then again, it's Letterboxd, so disaster movies aren't well regarded.
even though I enjoy that genre.
I do too, but Letterboxd has more of the like cinephile community.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
I wish we had more people that were like, haha, Shrek funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, Greenland is an excellent movie. It stars Gerard Butler,
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
Marina Baccarin,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Vanessa from Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in
Lady
it.
Death.
She was in Gotham. She played Leslie Tompkins.
I don't remember. Yeah, well, I never
Yeah,
really.
she
got
was in
super
season
into-
2, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense why I never saw her.
But yeah, those are 2 really good ones that like you don't hear much about anymore. What else you got?
Honey, I Blew the Kids.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
I just like granted nobody really even talks about Rick Moranis anymore.
No.
That's sad, man.
But like this is a big movie and it spawned what 3 or 4 sequels or 2 or 3.
3.
Yeah,
'cause I
2 theatrical
remember-
movies and 1 straight to video. One.
Yeah, there was Honey, I Blew Up the Kid,
Yes.
which was the third movie, and
Honey, I
then the
Shrunk the
second movie
Kids.
was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
And Honey, we struck ourselves.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, that's right. I just Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was a very. It's one of those ones where I love the title sequence, the opening credits, because if I remember right, the opening credits is like the series of contraptions going throughout the house, and it's like it shows like this like this like crazy inventor, like it shows like his overbearingness on like the family and everything from the get go, like it shows like how it affects their lives and all this other stuff. I think that there's still a lot of charm to it. I think that the prop department had a lot of fun. I wrote the wrong premise. But yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I think the prop department had a lot of fun, like with that series of movies.
Yeah.
I think that it's just often being left out of conversations, just either because people don't think that it's good enough to current standards, or just because people don't often have enough discussions where movies like that can be involved, because it's such like a particularly niche movie.
Yes.
Like it doesn't have that like broader band of that broader range of themes that a lot of other movies that get discussed have. Like there is the family dynamic aspect of it, and which is still a common trope. But like beyond that, we don't really have these like weird movies these days.
Right.
Like it's just like like I said, like it's such a niche thing that I just don't think that people recognize it anymore. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, well, you know what's weird?
Huh.
Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, they didn't like any of those two Honey I Shrunk movies.
Really?
They didn't like the first one nor the sequel. So that kind of shows you the standards of movie critics these days.
This one I might be reaching with a little bit
Okay.
because I've seen a lot of people talking about it when it came out,
What?
but it did horrible at the box office. But it was released on demand the same day. It only made 406,732 at the box office, but there was a lot of talk about it when it came out.
Okay.
It stars Dakota Fanning, Alice Eve, Tony Collette, Tony Revolori,
Okay.
and I thought there was one more. I think it was Patton Oswalt. Please stand by.
This flew completely by my radar.
You've never heard of this movie?
I don't think so. I might have seen the title somewhere.
A young autistic woman runs away from her caregiver in an attempt to submit her 500-page manuscript to a Star Trek writing competition at Paramount Pictures.
That is fascinating.
I heard so many people talking about this when it came out, saying how beautiful it was, and
Nothing.
it's one of my favorite movies of 2017.
Interesting.
I'm not sure. If I would have heard about it, I would have heard about it from following Patton Oswalt on Twitter or something.
Yeah, I believe
I don't
it was
think that
him.
it was at the time.
Yeah, let me double check to make sure it was him.
That's also an early entry for Tony Revolori.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Sounds like something I would like.
Yeah,
as well.
you would really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check it out at some point.
I don't see him on the cast. I could have swore it was him though.
It's pretty hard to mistake Patton Oswalt. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah. Maybe he's just not showing up in the cast because he was the cop at the end.
Well, if he was at the very end, he was probably uncredited or something.
But they finally. I'm gonna drop some spoilers here for a minute because this is just really sweet.
Okay.
They finally find her and she's like freaking out, having a meltdown, and he
Mhm.
shows up and no one can reach her. He starts speaking Klingon to her, and that's how it like
Aw.
gets her out of it.
Aw.
That's absolutely a Patton Oswalt move.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt, Officer Frank. Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
yeah.
That's definitely one of his kind of roles.
Jessica Roth from Happy Death Day is also in it.
Oh,
Ah,
nice.
interesting.
But yeah, I highly recommend this if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, streaming anywhere?
Let's find out. It is
I can see
apparently
it.
on Prime Video and on Tubi and on
Okay.
Pluto.
I was gonna make a guess at Paramount.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was a Paramount movie, but
yeah. All right.
Yeah,
it's on Prime and Tubi.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say
I gotta say that real
that's the one thing that's very difficult to do is try to satisfy the autism community with those type of movies because let's be honest, they most of the time screw it up and it makes
Yeah.
people mad.
Yeah.
Like look what happened to Sea of Music. Ugh, it wasn't good.
Exhibit A of good movie, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good show, Delicious and Dungeon.
Hey, yeah.
What do you got, John?
And okay. All right, this is the one where okay, this is going to be kind of a tricky one. This might be the one that could sort of can get me in trouble because I know that people that love this director loves this movie, but for me at least, hardly anyone, anybody else outside of the fan that loves the director's work, hardly talk about this movie. Christopher Nolan's The Prestige.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Nolan fanboys that talk about it. And-
Yeah. But
Unfortunately.
everybody else in the world though,
yeah, not really.
yeah, not really. Okay.
Same with
I-
Insomnia.
Okay, yeah. Whew, I can breathe a sigh of relief in this one. Okay, but
Oh, you do see people talking about Insomnia?
But
I've seen all of his repertoire. I did the ranking.
I know. I'm saying like people don't talk about it really.
Yeah. Well, I see more people talk about Insomnia than Prestige.
Okay, you have.
Yeah,
Okay.
but normally
Sorry,
when
John.
I see people
No,
talk
no,
about
no,
Prestige, it's David Bowie.
yeah,
so.
yeah, no, you're fine. So, but yeah, people. Let me explain why. When people talk about the greatest Christopher Nolan movies, they will always talk about like Inception, the Dark Knight. I mean, the whole
Interstellar.
Dark Knight trilogy as a whole. Even the recent Oppenheimer is also being mentioned.
It
But
should be.
but
What's the bomb?
But anyway,
Keep
yeah.
talking.
Yes, I will. But the Prestige, for some reason, there are other people that said it's one of Christopher Nolan's worst works, and that's a weird one for me.
Yeah.
Because I will admit this: when I watched it the first time, I thought I actually loved the movie, but I wasn't sure about it at first. But then when I watched it the second time, I loved it even more because, as Christopher Nolan said it best, it's even better when you view it the second time. And that is so true. When you pay attention to every detail that is happening, and my goodness gracious, when you get to the twist ending is so brilliant, and the entire acting as a whole, it is also phenomenal from Christian Bale to Hugh Jackman. Everybody get great performances. No Oscar nominations, even though it did very well at the box office. But yeah, it's not what I consider Christopher Nolan's most talked about movies, and it's a shame because it is great. It's an excellent movie, and I know you had it at number 1 on your list of best Christopher Nolan movies, which totally respect that. It is great. I do love it as well. But you know what's weird though? When it is available on digital, there's no bonus features on the digital edition, which is weird. No behind the scenes or anything like that. You can only do it when you buy the DVD or the Blu-ray. Which
that sucks.
yeah, which come on, people. Can you put behind the scenes at all of your movies, please, on digital?
To be fair, behind the scenes is a dying art, unfortunately, when it comes to
Special
movies.
features are a dying art.
Yeah,
Because all the streaming people don't get special features.
yeah, like the for
yeah.
physical releases, they've already killed off the fun interactive menus.
They have.
So
Yeah.
and now they're going after special features, and it sucks. Like it took forever for us to get what movie was it? It took forever for us to get some extra bonus stuff from Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Like that took a while.
Well, yeah, true.
Which bummer on its own, but it's just like stuff like outtakes. We don't get a whole lot of outtake reels at this point.
Yeah.
We know that they happen like, all the
yeah,
time.
No,
We didn't get one for Dune.
Yeah, I
Which
forgot
was
about that.
dying because of the freaking Austin Butler issue.
Which Austin Butler is?
You didn't hear about it?
No.
He was so in tune from doing Elvis. He'd be like saying his fade lines as Elvis. And then to give him a dialect
remember
coach.
that. Oh, dude.
Yeesh.
That was just a wild like headline to read.
I
on
wanted
its
those special
own.
features. I'm gonna cut your throat.
Well, that did not happen, did it? But anyway, but yeah, the Prestige.
Thank you.
It's
Big uncle.
yeah.
Cousin.
But yeah, it's great. It's awesome. The fact that hardly anyone talks about it, except for Christopher Nolan fanboys, others, this needs to be talked about a lot more often. And I cannot wait to rewatch it in preparation for the new one coming out next year. I cannot wait to rewatch it.
It's actually one of my. I don't think that it's one of his best roles. But I think that it's one of the most underrated roles for Hugh Jackman.
Absolutely.
Hugh
'Cause-
Jackman's best role is Prisoners.
Yeah, agreed.
Prisoners
That's
and
true.
Logan.
Yeah, agreed. Hugh Jackman he doesn't often play a more nefarious character. So like seeing him step into like those kinds of shoes is always great to see whenever it happens.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
it just he nails the role really well anytime that he does.
That's why Prisoners is so good.
Yeah,
His performance in that is legendary.
Well, his performance in Prisoners is over top in the best way.
Yes.
It's more underplayed in Prestige.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful. I love it. Full agreement.
Awesome. Love it.
Here's one you guys might not have thought of. There's a reason I'm bringing this up. You know why? Keeping Up with the Joneses.
Hold on.
It's got Zach Galifianakis,
Oh yeah. I'm familiar with that name now.
Isla Fisher,
Um.
Gal.
Yeah. Okay. I was about to say in John Hamm too, right?
Yeah, John Hamm.
Yeah. All right.
But
I
a lot of people talked about it when it first came out. Like, it was
I
pretty
remember
popular.
a lot of people liking it.
Yeah. And then it just dropped off after like a year.
Yeah, well, it was a good movie,
Yeah,
right?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It's funny.
I haven't checked it out.
Do you want a copy?
Yeah, I'd be interested.
Because I upgraded to Blu-ray, so I've got the DVD just sitting here.
Yeah, sure.
I'll give you the DVD.
All right. No, I remember because there was a lot of buzz about it when it was coming out.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, it looks really funny," but I really don't know what it's about.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay. I would expect so. Isla Fisher on her own is great,
Yeah,
but Zach Galifianakis is like knocks it out of the park when it comes to comedy, especially like absurd comedy.
Yeah.
And that seemed one where it was like isn't it kind of a spy comedy?
yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I really need to check it out.
There's a very interesting scene.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just.
Yeah, let's leave it.
You'll find out later. I want to
need to
mention
get
one more before
excited.
you jump back into it.
Okay.
Because this doesn't need to be brought up much because it was one that wasn't getting attention and now it is again. So I just wanted to throw it out there. Fury.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'd not seen anything about it for years, and then like a year or so ago, I started seeing like a lot of people talking about it again.
Yeah, the most I've really heard about it is just like the conversations that we've had about it.
Yeah, maybe it's just the algorithm sending me like those videos.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I keep
very
seeing
well.
that same clip come up over and over and over.
I think again, like a lot of people talk crap about TikTok.
Yeah,
TikTok is one of the only places where I've seen anything about Fury, and
Yeah.
it was just like the entire like subculture there, where they post an entire movie in 3-minute clips.
Yeah.
Like I remember and I've mentioned TikTok twice now on this episode. I'm not a fan of it. But like I remember people talking specifically about the scene or specifically remember seeing the scene when Logan Lerman's crawling out from underneath the tank, and,
Yes.
then he gets spotted by the enemy.
yes.
That's like one of the only things that I've really seen people share online from the movie. Nobody really talks about that, which is crazy because you would think that with all the drama with Shia LaBeouf, they would be talking about the fact that he knocked his own teeth out for the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
And on the religious side, that's the movie that got him into religion.
yeah,
That's why he became religious.
I think that actually might be one of the things that gets brought up about him.
Yeah.
But even then, I think that people glance past the fact that he became religious after a certain point.
Yeah.
They
just
kind of
glance at
focus more on the
controversies.
negative things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rightfully so. Like
Yeah.
he's been involved in some shit.
Yeah.
But
That's one that stars Brad Pitt, right? In
Yes.
that
yeah,
one? Yeah.
it's
I
got
need
Brad.
to watch it.
Yeah, I heard it's really
a
good.
great movie. Through
Okay.
and through.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
definitely watch it for sure. Yeah.
It's
Shia LaBeouf plays a character named Bible.
Does he really?
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
And he actually became a Christian after making this movie.
That's really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Who else does it have? It has
Crap.
last name Pena. He's
Michael
the
Pena?
yes Michael Pena.
Oh yeah, he's
It
good.
has him. There's another person, at least one other person in there in the tank with him, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Think-
I'm
think-
totally
think.
spacing.
Um,
It's a very well known guy as far as I remember. Because Michael Pena,
John
was...
Bernthal.
Yes, that's right.
Crap! How did we?
Yeah, I know.
How did we screw that up?
I was like, I'm gonna
Jim
throw myself
Perrick
off
is
the roof.
also in it.
Joking, huh?
Jim Perrick is also in it.
Oh yeah.
Scott Eastwood.
There was somebody at base camp too. I can't remember. I keep confusing Andrew Garfield for being in the movie. I know he's not.
No, he was in Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, I know. That's the reason why I keep confusing it, is because I keep thinking of him as that
Lawrence
in Hacksaw Ridge.
Spellman. Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the other guy that I remember from Fury.
Yeah.
No,
Ah,
it is genuinely, it's a really good movie. I'm a big fan of it.
nice.
I don't want to spoil anything from it, but it's great.
Wow.
Oops.
Right next to your mic too.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Mute.
Do you ever pay attention when the movie theaters and podcasts? Remember to turn off your cell phone.
Shut up. I forgot.
Hey, with how often you watch football and check the football scores, like, come on, let's
Calling
be
you
honest
out.
here.
But yeah, I'm gonna get myself in trouble with the DC fanboys on this one.
Oh no.
Fury is David Ayer's best movie.
Yeah. I don't think that I've seen a whole lot of his repertoire, so I'm very limited when I make that comment.
Of
But
the
yeah,
stuff
I
he's
agree with
directed, because he's done The Beekeeper.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it, but I've heard great things.
Bright,
Yeah, all right,
Street Kings,
okay.
and I've not seen the other few. Harsh Times and Tax Collector, which are both part of the Training Day universe.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Okay.
Sabotage, which I own now, I just haven't watched it. And then End of Watch, which I hear is his best.
I remember liking Sabotage, but no, I agree. Fury, at least all out of the ones I've seen, Fury's definitely the best
Yeah.
one in my opinion.
Because Harsh Times and Tax Collector, I heard weren't that good.
Yeah.
So, like, it's really only Sabotage or End of Watch.
Bright was okay.
I'll take Suicide Squad over Bright.
See, I'm the opposite of it, but I'm also I think that I've made it known on the podcast. I'm just not the biggest fan of the cut of Suicide Squad that we got.
If we would have got the AR cut, it would have been better.
I
It would probably be another Snyder situation.
have they
I'm
ever
still not-
released this thing?
I kind of hope they don't, but I
Okay.
I hope for error's sake that they do. I want that to be on record. For error's sake,
Right.
I hope that they do release it. For everybody else's, particularly the cultists out there, I hope they don't. Like, no, we shouldn't have a let them eat cake situation. like they shouldn't have their cake. I'm good. They don't deserve it. I'll let them flame me for it, Matthew. Don't worry. I'll
Okay.
take the bullet here.
Yeah. Yeah, I say you got one.
Yeah, Marley and Me.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people talked about it. A lot of people cried to it.
I think I know what happened at the end. I never seen it,
Yeah.
but I heard
Yeah.
it's like I don't think so.
It definitely pulled on a lot of heartstrings.
I'm still traumatized by that 20 years later.
I remember
Although people like the movie, you know.
My aunt. Oh, it's a good, fun family movie. You'll love it.
Ooh, dude, the amount of stories I've heard where people went into the movie being like,
It's a comedy.
yeah, a lot of people went into it like, oh yeah, it's lighthearted and upbeat and everything. I went into it like that. Like people went into it like that and just
Then
like,
the end hits and you get thrown in the meat grinder.
which was wild for me because the night that I first saw this, I had a friend over and we watched Dreamcatcher.
The Stephen King movie.
Yeah, and like we
that was
watched
better
it-
than that. Yeah.
well, like we watched it the same year that Jennifer's Body came out.
Okay,
'Cause,
2009.
yeah, I remember it being a toss up between Jennifer's Body and Dreamcatcher, and we were traumatized by Dreamcatcher, especially the toilet scene. Like for little me, I was like, I stayed away from toilets for a while.
The crap monsters.
Yeah, dude, that shit quite literally was terrifying.
Blame Stephen King's cocaine addiction.
Oh boy.
But I remember making
boy.
Scooby-Doo jokes about that. But I remember we were like, let's watch a more upbeat movie, and we watched our Marley.
And Dreamcatcher was clearly the better movie in that regard.
Dude, it was. I definitely prefer being terrified of toilets for 10 years.
I was
you wanna
gonna watch Marley and Me, but
Don't.
after what I heard about it, I was thinking,
Yeah, just
no.
don't.
you would be gutted.
Yeah.
Like it's such a you have to know what happens at the end to prepare for it.
Yeah.
It's not a movie to go into it blind. It's not even a movie to go into it with what we're saying where it's like,
Yeah.
this is gonna gut you.
Yeah, guys, we're not gonna say what it is, but that's like the most terrible cliche of movies is that part. I'm like, no, we don't need to see any more of these.
Yeah, it's ugh.
Ugh.
Nobody really talks about it anymore for good reason. I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
and it was popular. You're right, it
Let's
was.
just bury
Yeah,
it.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh no!
No, I just it's ooh. Let's leave it behind.
Yes. Yeah.
But no,
Go on to the next one.
It really is one of the ones where people talked about it a lot and just like quickly left it in the dust. And
Yeah.
for good reason.
Yeah.
A really good one that no one talks about anymore. Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, it's got a show out, so
It does.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I mean, the fan base is there.
True. Yeah, I forgot about the show.
Yeah,
I hear nothing about the movie anymore itself.
Yeah.
I've heard some stuff about the show, but not much about the movie.
Well, there's a lot of people that went into the show where they didn't know that there was a movie.
Okay.
So, like, I definitely think that there was, like, a very small but loyal fan base that helped propel the show.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But no, I think that the show started taking over the brand name of it. So I still think that it applies.
Okay.
I think that at this point, people know the show better than they do the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that nobody really talks about it.
Is that sci-fi?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably another sci-fi movie. I
Chris
probably would
Evans
like.
is in it.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah,
Evans is
I
like
heard
the
he's
main
in it,
guy in it.
yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, I do want to watch that.
Yeah, there's like a conversation about cannibalism in it too.
Yes.
It's
oh, boy.
wild. Yeah.
It was a pretty tasty conversation.
Shut up.
What do you got, John? Do you got any more?
No, yeah. I'll say two more since I am the action and animation expert on this one. Going back to the '90s on both of these movies. So I'm gonna start with this one, and this is being directed by James Cameron. True Lies.
Yeah?
It
Yeah.
recently got the 4K upgrade.
Yeah, which it's about time, guys. Like, what took you freaking so long? Oh, that's right, because James Cameron is stuck in Pandora. That's why. But True Lies.
Same with
No,
same with The Abyss. That it never got a Blu-ray release. It came out in '89. They just gave it a 4K like a year and a half ago.
they did,
Jeez.
and I found it on sale for $4.99 on digitals. So
Oh, you got it?
I do. So
Sweet.
yeah. So I'm definitely gonna give that a watch for sure.
It's so good.
Yeah, but True Lies, it's definitely strange. As of this moment, it is my favorite James Cameron movie. I do like the Terminator movies, I do, but there's just something about True Lies that I love. I love the action. I love the comedy. I personally think it's one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's more underappreciated works for this one.
Okay.
But when they talk about the best James Cameron movie, no one talks about this one. And like Harley, and it's weird.
Do you know what Arnold's most underrated movie is?
What?
Maggie.
Yeah.
That's his best acting.
I haven't seen it.
I heard of Maggie, but I never seen it.
Uh-huh.
It's
It's not as bad as Marley and Me, but it's,
Yeah, I've heard that it's got one hell of an ending.
yeah, it's a zombie movie.
Oh yeah. Okay. I still haven't
Yep.
seen it, but yeah, no, I remember people talking about it. Okay.
I might have told you the ending.
Maybe I don't remember, so don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely watched it though. It's his best acting.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I
cool.
know is that he was paid less money for that role in Maggie.
The movie, the budget itself was like low.
Yeah.
The
But
budget was only a couple million, I think.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I love True Lies. It's a fantastic movie, and I definitely enjoy this one. So that's definitely another great movie that hardly anyone talks about.
The budget for Maggie was 1.4 million.
Damn.
So it's low budget.
Yeah.
There
And-
is a copy at work. I just haven't been brave enough to buy it yet. Abigail Breslin plays his daughter.
Oh. I've seen an image from the movie.
Probably the ending.
Yeah, I think so.
It's rough.
I need to check it out at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not currently on my short list. I don't really want to add it to my short list. But
Yeah.
You don't want to be traumatized.
yeah. I prefer to not watch movies that make me want to cry.
Well, that's the one I would just. That's one I'm thinking. Do I want to watch it? Maybe.
You should.
Okay.
It's still his best acting. So.
Okay. But True Lies, I definitely love this one. Okay, and this is the one that I'm gonna say for last, otherwise I have another thing in my head that comes to me. And this one, this kind of upsets me that no one's already talking about this this animated movie that I love, A Bug's Life.
Okay.
I still see people talk about
I
it
see-
every now and again.
Yeah, every now and then.
True,
But it seems to just be people that grew up with it.
Yeah.
yeah, and which I did. I grew up watching this movie so many times, and this what got me into loving Pixar.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the Toy Story movies, because I watched A Bug's Life constantly so many times, and I remember loving that movie so much. But when people talk about greatest Pixar movies, like, as I said, Toy Story films, and also like Finding Nemo and The Incredibles and Inside Out,
Yeah.
but I think I have The Bug's Life. I have this one like in the top 10, maybe higher than that. That's how much I loved it that much. Hardly anyone probably would put this one in their top 10 or something like that. And I don't know, is it just me, or do I feel like hardly anyone talks about how awesome A Bug's Life is?
Well, again, I don't think that helps that Disney's kind of like erasing it because
Well, yeah,
because Bugs Life had a place in their parks for a long time.
absolutely.
They're not really erasing it. They just put a new show out.
Did they?
It's a documentary series with Aquafina called A Real Bug's Life.
That's true. That's true. It's from National Geographic. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Huh. I think I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's another case of like Disney doesn't really talk about it,
Right.
and so like I think that a lot of people do forget that it's at least a Pixar movie, if not just a movie that exists in general.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think that more people need to watch it, especially today.
Absolutely.
Because it's got a lot of very interesting. It's got an interesting premise on its own. I think that it still holds up really well too.
Absolutely.
John, you might not agree with me on this one.
Uh-oh.
I think that at least visually, it holds up better than the first Toy Story. The first one specifically. I think that it holds up better.
I kind of see that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's just like, and maybe I'm only feeling that way because of like us seeing humans in Toy Story.
Well, you know
maybe
what?
That's it.
I'll tell you this, and this is where you'll definitely agree on this one. And I never thought I'd say this. In terms of animation, A Bug's Life animation is better than the first Toy Story.
Yes,
I'll give it that for sure. Which it's very weird that I'm saying that, but it's
He's
true.
getting the
But it's
chills
so
right now.
but it's so true though, because
And Lion King is better than both.
better than Bolt.
He said both.
Oh, both. Oh, nice.
It is better than Bolt, but
oh, yeah, Matthew. Yeah, Matthew. Nice try. Nice
No,
try.
I'm being serious.
No, you ain't fooling me with that one.
factually,
I'm not joking.
I think Toy Story 2's animation was better than the first Toy Story, but
yes, yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
like,
yeah, thank you.
Any idiot with eyes could see that.
Yeah, but anyway, but it's so weird that I'm saying that because you know how much
so
about
admit you're an idiot.
But yeah, but you know how much of a diehard fan I am for this one. But I'm a
Yes.
diehard fan of A Bug's Life as own. I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a wonderful movie, and the fact that hardly anyone talks about it, it's very, very strange to me.
It has one of the best like climaxes of any animated movie,
That's so
especially
true.
during
yeah,
that time period.
It does.
Like just like the
And the actor that plays Hopper, which we will not mention,
yeah.
but he was excellent as the villain. He
yes,
was
no.
great.
He's really good at playing a dick character for
Yeah,
sure.
he was.
He has some life experience at it.
Yeah, he does. And
But,
I think I find this interesting also. The character that plays
I can't remember who plays Flick. Because
Ye-
the guy that plays Flick is amazing.
Yeah, he's great. And also, the character that plays Dot, she became a very popular actress.
Yeah,
Hayden.
Panettiere?
Hayden Panettiere.
That's gosh, I
She's in
forgot about
Scream.
that.
Huh?
She's in Scream.
Yeah,
That's Kirby.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, wow.
She's also in a show called Heroes. Yeah.
Yeah.
John, I think that you would like at least the first season of Heroes.
I heard the first one. I heard the first season is great. I heard that the others though was
It starts to go
not very
downhill a
good.
bit,
Yeah.
especially after Siler's stuff starts.
But it's so interesting you can go from a very young actress in a Pixar movie to rising star to fame with more things that she has done. So that's what's very fascinating about it.
Well, and she's returned recently too to filmmaking.
That's
I have
true.
an
Which is
idea.
awesome. What?
A Toy Story fan film.
No.
No.
No, trust me, John might actually like this. What's the dude from Buzz Lightyear? Zorg or something?
Yeah, Zurg.
Zurg as Hans Gruber. It's a Die-Hard parody. Woody's John McClane.
I could actually see them. Okay. But okay.
Die Hard is a Disney movie now.
Technically, they've put out so many Toy Story shorts. I could see them doing something.
What do you
like
think of that, John? Honestly, like that wasn't a joke. That was me being serious.
I
Woody
like
has like a John McClane type Die Hard situation.
Okay.
You know what? Ooh.
Actually, I want to buff it up. I want to buff it up a little bit.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Lightyear.
Okay.
I want to buff it up a little bit because
Sure.
we've seen Disney Pixar parody their own movies in universe.
Oh, okay.
We've already seen that in Cars.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
could see them doing like a series where it is like them parodying other Fox movies like that. Like yeah, I could. Okay, they could also do they could also do a version of Predator.
Yes.
They could do a version of Predator really well. Honestly, I would love to see that. But that's
Ooh.
Alien with a stuffing burster.
Oh man,
All of a sudden, the stuffing just breaks out of their chest.
yeah. You're doing semi reaction like, oh, does John want to say yes on this one?
But
You
you
know
can't
you
tell
want
me
to.
that you wouldn't be interested if they announced it.
Like a Toy Story action movie?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, like if they did like the like parody of
Of
other
Die Hard,
popular
yeah.
movies, yeah, but it was like Pixar characters doing it. Like you can't tell me that wouldn't be interesting, especially if they kept it in line with like the.
You know what? I will say yes, as long as they don't screw up the characters.
Well-
like if they like, you know,
It wouldn't be like a main movie. It would be like a special like one-off thing.
Yeah, it'd be like a
Right.
20-30 minute thing.
right.
Like maybe like for Die Hard's anniversary, they drop it or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like one of the Andy scenarios that he did.
Yeah.
Andy loved Die Hard growing up or something.
Yeah.
You know what? That does give me another idea. I mean, Sid can be the villain, and Woody and Buzz can just kill Sid in Die Hard fashion.
I thought you didn't want a Toy Story horror movie. What?
No, action.
What?
No, action. Like
When
like,
we get into Sid
like
parody
when
of
Toy
Saw.
Story.
Yeah, that's
Like-
what I'm thinking.
No, the one where we all know what happened in Die Hard when Hans Gruber died off the cliff. and stuff like that. Like let the Woody and Buzz Lightyear kill Sid in a Die Hard situation, like in the original. So
are you saying Woody and Buzz are gonna like Mufasa it?
that's cruel, dude. No.
They pick up from the ending of the first Toy Story movie where all the toys come back and they're like, Sid, it's time. They like push him into the trash compactor at the end of Toy Story 3 or something.
Oh,
Like, holy
no.
crap.
Oh, no.
John, that's a dark place, dude. Wow, I don't think I would have ever come up with that premise.
But
If you have kids, we apologize. Actually, why are they watching us to begin with?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's not a great idea.
Yeah, kid.
Bad
This is-
parenting. But no, back to Bug's Life. Bug's
Yeah.
Life is an amazing movie. I think
It
that
is.
holds up really well still.
It does. Yeah.
I think that
I don't know why.
agree.
I don't know why people say that the animation does not look that good. Like
Well-
I heard one commenter say it feels like a PS2 graphics. That was like, huh? No, it doesn't.
Well, no, I get what they're coming from. It does. It's not. The graphics still don't compare very well to what we have today, admittedly.
no,
Like something
no.
like Spider-Verse or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like
and the Inside
animation
Out
has.
movies, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone so far past what it was then.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. The visuals aren't amazing. It is better than other movies that were released around
the
that
time, yeah.
time, and compared to other movies during that time, it still holds up well.
It does.
But no, I agree that we have far better animated movies that are coming out today, just in
Yeah.
terms of the animation quality.
One movie that was leaps and bounds better than those that was on a few years later was Treasure Planet.
Yeah, but that's 2D animated. Or
Okay.
2.5D at times.
Okay.
But no, with CG and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
I would say, given our, I don't know what our opinions all are of the movie. John, I don't remember you liking it, but Sausage Party.
I've not seen that.
Sausage Party is a pretty well animated movie,
Yeah.
but like it's not a
But
better
Spider-Verse.
movie than Bugs Life, in my opinion.
Well, there you go.
I don't
Spider-Verse
think
is
that it
far
holds-
superior animation.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And you know what? I wasn't gonna bring this up, but we know that Toy Story has sequels. We know that Monsters Inc. got sequels. We know Inside Out got a sequel. I would have liked to see a sequel to A Bug's Life.
I think that'd be cool.
Legacy sequels do happen now.
Yeah,
Tie together the Pixar universe. Have
Yeah.
it so that it's like an ant colony, like 100 or so years in the future or something, and it's
yeah.
on the collapse of By and Large or something.
I mean,
you
out of
know?
all the Pixar sequels that I would like to see Pixar make the sequel to the most underappreciated movie of A Bug's Life.
When are we getting Pixar's
Yeah.
Endgame? Where all the Pixar characters come together?
That's probably going to take another 20 years. I don't know. Who knows?
It'd be interesting if they did that. Admittedly, I would watch the hell out of a movie like that.
Yeah.
Wall-E accidentally runs over Nemo.
The portal opens up and all you
Yeah.
hear is
But
"I am speed."
but to end everything that I said, where's more talk of A Bug's Life? We need more talk of that.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
think-
totally.
I think that it's too forgotten about. I think
Yeah.
that honestly, a lot more people need to check it out because, as I said, it still holds up really well.
Yeah.
I think that the themes are very pertinent, especially to
Absolutely.
current
Absolutely.
climates. I'll say that, and not really going further into it. But I think that it still pertains to stuff like that, and I think that
I
it's
can still
just-
quote lots of lines from that movie. I can still quote so many funny lines in that movie, like boysenberries and all that stuff.
Dude, I love the caterpillar. I
do
can't
too.
remember his name.
I love the caterpillar.
He's so good. I'm a pretty butterfly.
But my wings. Man, we can
Oh,
talk
so
about A Bug's
good.
Life. We should do that review rewind someday for A Bug's
yes,
Life.
please.
Yes.
I've still got quite a few on my list, though.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Um,
I've got some.
All right, go ahead.
This is an interesting one because it was really popular in the 60s. They made a remake in the 2010s, which was also really popular, and it's never talked about anymore, either one.
What?
True Grit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what
They both were well acclaimed.
Yeah.
Dude, I
John
totally
John
forgot.
John Wayne got his first Oscar for True Grit, which I heard was a very controversial award winner. But I personally think John Wayne kind of deserved it. You know, he's a great actor and all that stuff.
But the 2010 one was considered just as good as the first one.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
And who talks about it anymore? I've not heard anybody talk about it. in
No,
years.
nothing.
that's true.
Nothing.
And that's when westerns was back on the map. Like people thought,
Temporarily, yeah.
oh, westerns are dead. But this what got back people into loving westerns.
No Country for Old Men was a neo-western.
It was Jonah Hex came out around the same time. Right?
Yeah, but that's not bringing people back to westerns.
Yeah, I know, but it's within
At
the
same
vein.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
The Town, Ben Affleck directed.
Oh,
Bank
yeah?
robbery movie. That was really popular when it came out. No one talks about it anymore.
Huh? That's a little surprising. I thought a lot of people would talk about that one a
No,
lot.
still one of my favorite crime movies. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got Jeremy Renner,
Uh-huh.
Ben Affleck,
Which he can act, guys, when he has the right script.
Rebecca Hall, John Hamm, Blake Lively,
Holy shit! What?
Titus Welliver.
Hold on, I need to add this to my watch list.
Yeah.
It's just called The Town.
Yeah, it's a bank robbery movie.
Cool.
John, they wear different costumes in each bank robbery.
Uh-huh.
The very first costumes they use look exactly like grave robbers' costumes.
Oh,
Right, I remember you telling me
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
yeah. I think I know what you're
Okay.
talking about.
And then they wear nun costumes in another one.
I think I saw clips in that one. But yeah, but I think you and I think we can all agree that from 2010 through on is when Ben Affleck became a much better actor. Because in the 2000s, he was given some pretty bad scripts.
Well, yeah.
Well, that was
yeah.
scripts. He couldn't do anything if you got a bad script. You could only do so much.
And people thought that he could not act. But from 2010 through the 2020s on,
The Town he also directed.
yeah, The Town he also directed. He's a very talented director
And
too.
didn't he direct Gone Girl too?
If I remember right, yeah.
Yeah.
No, David. No,
David Fincher
David
did,
Fincher.
sorry.
Yeah, he directed Gone Girl,
Yeah.
which he wants to show me that movie, which I heard it's weird. I heard it's very weird.
Didn't you say that he was good in Air too?
Yes, he
I've
was.
not seen
He
Air,
was. Yeah, he was fantastic in
Yeah.
that movie, which should have got him an Oscar nomination, by the way.
Okay.
An interesting one. I'd call it a psychological horror. Black Swan
Oh
with
yeah.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
That's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
No one talks about it anymore.
the most that I ever hear about it is the clip. One, the horror meme.
Yeah.
But two, the fight towards the end.
Yeah.
Like those are like the two things that I hear about the most.
I don't think I'm familiar with that title.
No, it's
You wouldn't like it.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I
you
say.
definitely wouldn't like it.
It's a very interesting premise. She kind of deals with like imposter syndrome all like the entire time. She goes like crazy over
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
It's
She
wild.
has a psychotic break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you want to drop another one while I'm looking?
Yeah, for sure.
I guess I'll go ahead and see if I can find another one if it pops on my head.
Police Academy.
Yeah. I see some stuff, not a lot.
Yeah, I feel like again, it's like the older generations talking about it,
Yeah.
but like it has a lot of people that were kind of left behind in Hollywood, like Steve Guttenberg. Which the only time that I really see anything bring up Police Academy is when it's something about Steve Guttenberg, whether it's like his involvement with the movies or just like his regular life. Like they're always like, "Oh, Police Academy star Steve Guttenberg."
Yeah.
But Police Academy is also one of those movies that I feel like still holds up really well. Also, what's his name? The comedian Michael Winslow.
I don't know.
He was in Spaceballs.
Okay.
But he's the one that's like the bleeps, the sweeps, and the weeps or something like that. Yeah, he's like one of the guys serving underneath Dark Helmet.
Okay.
But he's like the bleeps, the boop, 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 like that scene.
Yeah.
It's him. He's in Police Academy. Man, it's a great movie. I think that they did a lot of really good physical comedy. I think that I still like how it's structured altogether. I will say, bit of creep moment in it, but I mean that was present like all throughout comedy movies in the 80s. Comedy movies in the 80s were just like, oh,
Yeah.
perverts
definitely.
will show up.
Yeah.
So they kind of just like threw a bunch of like shower scenes in
Mhm.
movies and stuff like that. But like that aside, like I think that's still a really good movie.
Movies were a lot more sexual in the 80s.
Yeah, for sure.
Almost every movie had to have some kind of like sexual thing going on.
Yeah, and like there was no shortage of it in the Police Academy movies.
Yeah.
I think that I've watched all but the last two, and it's
Well, weren't they all, except for the first one was the only one rated R though, right? The rest were all like PG-13 and PG.
if I remember right, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the later ones might have necessitated, and that's not the right word, but like it probably should have gotten a higher rating.
Yeah.
If I remember right, but I think that's one of the ones I haven't seen.
Okay.
Um,
I know Tony Hawk was in one of them. I think the fourth one.
I think so.
Yeah. Because I was watching an interview he was doing.
I need to rewatch the movies. Honestly, I need to finish the franchise, but no, nobody really talks about Police Academy movies when it comes to like classic comedies or anything.
Right.
Like I feel like when they talk about classic comedies, they talk. Admittedly, they talk about like the early 2000s, late 90s, and like that kind of seems to be about it.
If you're talking that period, they talk Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the vacation movies.
Huh?
The vacation movies.
Yes, yeah.
Which
a
lot of people talk about that one, yeah.
National Lampoons, just
Yeah.
in general. Like
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
yeah,
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Those are the ones they talk about.
yeah.
Which is also great.
God, I need to get Ferris Bueller on 4K.
Yeah, I love Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I prefer that over Ferris Bueller.
Still haven't seen it. It's on my short list. I really want to.
2 copies of that too.
I bet you do. Knowing one of the scenes that's in it, I bet you do.
No, I bought it from work, and then I found a 4-pack at Walmart with that in it.
Oh, sick.
So as soon as I test the 4-pack, you could have the other one too.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
Ferris
okay.
Bueller is so good. I love that one.
I love it. It really is one of.
Yeah.
It's one of the.
That's not
for
one of the
obvious
overlooked
reasons.
ones. A lot of people still
No,
talk
no,
about that.
no,
Yeah,
no.
it's
No,
still.
it's
yeah.
widely beloved. People still like talk about all the time. But yeah, no, Police Academy. Woo.
Yeah.
Quarantine, the horror movie, where they're stuck in the apartment building.
Oh yeah.
People were like crazy about that when it came out in the horror field. I don't really hear about it anymore at all.
Honestly, I completely forgot that it existed.
That and what was the other one I just had? That there was another one that's like, I was like, what? No one talks about that anymore. Um, it was crap. I can't find it now. Oh, Butterfly Effect.
Oh yeah, the one that started at the Kuster. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I I don't hear people talk about it seriously.
Yeah,
I more just see like the poster float around, and then I see like the one little screenshot of him waking up in bed missing his arms.
yeah,
Like those are like the two things that I really see about it.
yeah.
I just don't see anybody talk about like the content. I don't see anybody talk about like
Right.
their personal fondness.
I
for
also
it or
know it's a
anything.
very weird movie. I know it's very
Yeah.
weird.
We're getting back to a point where like I'm just like remembering what I've not seen people talk about that were like popular. Not stuff I personally remember. Like I was like 6 at this point. Gangs of New York.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
No one talks about that.
Another Martin Scorsese
Yes.
movie on this list. Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen more people talk about that.
Okay, I've not really seen anybody talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's a lot of people. I
Okay.
just like
There's
I
some.
definitely see like the odd comment every once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else you got, John?
And thankfully, I actually do have another one on the list. I was thinking, yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and mention this one. Hell or High Water.
Yeah, I've still not seen it.
It's
I've got it. I just haven't seen it.
it's an excellent Western movie, and it's also a great heist movie as well. Starring Jeff Bridges and Chris Pine.
Yep.
Great duo between these two. Once
I
again-
really like Wind River,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is another one
yeah.
similar to that.
Once again, that film came out in 2016. Got Oscar nominations. A lot of people love it, just like Fences. But then, poof, no one talks about it.
Yeah, it just like fell off after that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. But it's a great movie. Absolutely love it. Another excellent Western movie that I need to rewatch as well more times. So I love that one too.
You got another one?
Yeah. This might just be my personal bias, but you were mentioning Disney movies earlier. Nobody talks about Onward.
No.
You know what? Yeah, I was gonna bring that up, but I figured that you probably would.
Yeah, I honestly I hadn't thought about it until he brought up Rhea.
Yeah. Once again, Curse of 2020.
I've not seen that Onward yet. I've got it though. I got the 4K. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful movie in my opinion. I'm a D&D nerd. I've talked about it before.
Yeah.
But I love the elements that are in it of that. I think that it's a very unique movie.
Okay.
I know that there are people that will say that's somewhat shallow, and I'll definitely agree. But I honestly like the overall like dynamic of everything. I like it's one of the movies where even though Chris Pratt is doing his normal like comedy motif that he's just become associated with at this point.
Yeah.
Even though he's doing
Star-Lord.
yeah, in Onward he plays a slight variant of it, and you can tell he commits to it.
Yeah.
Like it's just very interesting because you don't see him be like a heartfelt idiot
Do you
so
know
much
what I
as
wanna
you just see him be an idiot.
I want to see Chris Pratt as a serial killer.
That would be one hell of a role.
Because Robin Williams was in 1 Hour Photo.
Yeah,
Which I still have not seen, and I
you
heard
need to.
I've been wanting to watch it.
Robin Williams also did Insomnia,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and that was
1 Hour Photo is even crazier though.
I don't think I've seen it.
I'll have to let you borrow that.
Okay.
Oh.
Gonna borrow.
It
I'm gonna
might
have to
be
borrow
one of those things where it could be another live reaction to 1 Hour Photo.
Actually, yeah. Let's do a live reaction to it.
it. Okay.
Because you know how much I love Robin Williams.
Yeah. We'll do a live reaction of that. That'll be crazy to do.
Yeah.
It's messed up.
No, Onward is just. I don't think that a lot of people really checked it out just because of when it hit. It hit the same week as lockdown.
Yeah. Like
Or as,
right
mass
after Birds of Prey
lockdowns.
came out. Yeah.
Yeah, like it hit during that week, and it was.
That's when I Still Believe came out
insane.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Onward
Man,
is just.
that year was rough. and also there was, I mean, when anyone talked about like who won Best Picture of the Oscars of 2020? And people will be like, oh, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think Parasite won.
No, that was 2019.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But 2020,
I
I
can't
can't.
remember.
But yeah, I can't name you a single movie that wasn't. I mean,
Yeah, it
The
beats
Trial of the
me.
Chicago 7, that which I love that one. That came out in 2020. That was the only movie that I remember that was nominated for Best Picture. That was it.
Well, if I remember right, I think Soul got nominated, but I don't think that it won.
Right.
It did get nominated for Best Animated Feature. It did win for Best Animated Feature.
Did it?
I believe it did. Yeah.
Okay.
But
We all know what should have won. Wonder Woman 2.
Shut up.
Okay, Tenet.
I'll give you some ground there. I need to rewatch Tenet.
Yeah.
I still have my bias.
I'm
from it.
I'm rewatching it with subtitles because I can't because I still don't know what every single word they're saying.
Yeah, I don't think that the subtitles are going to fix the issue.
Probably not. Probably not.
Surround sound.
which that might be one of Christopher Nolan's probably one of his weakest audios ever for a movie. I'm sorry. As much as I love Christopher Nolan, that audio
Yeah,
I couldn't understand almost a freaking thing that they were saying, and I still try to understand the whole backwards thing and just
Yeah, I just spent the entire movie being like, so, because I kind of called the twist of him being the one that saves himself.
Yeah.
yeah.
I kind of called it when I was watching it, but like trying to work everything out, like, I don't know. I remember Christopher Nolan, at least recently, made a comment where somebody was like, so what was up with that? Like do you have the answers to these questions? And he was like, listen, I know that people say that like I plan all my stuff out. It's like,
Yeah.
but while it's definitely possible to put a lot of things together, Tenet's one of my movies where even though like just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean it has to make sense.
Yeah.
He was like, I just wanted to make a good movie, and that's what I did.
I feel so bad for saying this, but I feel the sort of same thing for like Interstellar. Like I need to rewatch it
what?
with like you know my criticism. For me, the movie was a little too long. You heard my criticism on the movie. Like the movie was a little too long. I feel like that some of the scenes probably should have been taken down and everything. And I still wanted to love this movie. I'm gonna rewatch this movie again before the new Christopher Nolan movie comes out without homework. Like, okay, I need to watch it like on this day because I am excited to rewatch it again. But I watched it twice. I still want to love it. I like it, but I still want to love it. And
Better watch yourself.
like I said, I
I
want.
know where you live.
Matthew's pulling out the glicky.
Hey, I understand your love for Interstellar. I'm still want to try to understand my love for Interstellar if I actually could, but you get my thing there because it's just the bookshelf thing.
Yeah, it's another like
I'm trying.
paradoxical kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm
like,
trying.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Like, how is he interacting? Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It is confusing on its own.
Yeah.
But no, I honestly I'm planning on getting a bigger TV soon. I cannot wait to watch Interstellar on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be upgrading from a 65-inch to an 85.
Nice.
Nice.
I cannot wait. I'm going to try to get
Gotta get
a
that
stereo
surround sound,
system
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to try.
And like I said,
My
My surround sound was like 170.
I think that's roughly what I'm seeing for mine.
and
Yeah.
I'll try to figure out the day. The next time when I watch Interstellar, that I'm not going to go through this. Like, okay, I need to watch it on this day. Like, I'm going to watch it. Like, I'm excited to watch Interstellar. So,
yeah.
like, I need to figure it out. Believe me, I'm trying to love it. I'm trying. It's one of those movies I want to give more second chance after second chance. You know,
It's a very beautiful movie.
it is. It's
And,
it's definitely one of his visually best movies.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for
It is
sure.
his best visually.
yeah.
I don't know. No, Onward, great movie.
Yeah.
Fully
Yes, it is.
recommend. More people need to watch it and talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if it is a little shallow at times, people need to watch it and talk about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I need a fucking sequel, please. Disney. Need
Yeah,
it now.
I'd be on board with that. Yeah.
I don't need an immediate live action remake of Frozen. I don't need one of Moana. I need Onward 2. Please.
Yeah.
There's a lot more world there now. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I mean, I am going to go see the remake of Moana, but I feel like it's like way too quick. Like,
Yeah.
can we wait for
it's-
another 10 years before they do it?
They want to milk that cash cow.
Yeah, but of course I'm going to go see this thing.
Yeah,
But-
I bet you will.
I've only
Oh,
got, I've only got a few more.
All right.
This one you guys might not have heard of. It's very popular in the horror circles. Battle Royale.
Yes, I love Battle Royale.
I've seen people talking about like 10 years ago a lot, but like
Hmm.
not as much anymore.
Yeah, when people were talking about it, it was during the rush of
Hunger Games.
Well, Hunger Games, but also just like the online the video game market.
Yeah.
Because Fortnite switched to Battle Royale in the late aughts. There was also PUBG. There was there was
I just remember people talking about during Hunger Games because it was basically what inspired the Hunger Games.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I think that one thing that doesn't help it is the fact that it's a Korean movie. If I remember right,
Japanese.
it's Korean. Is it Japanese? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Japanese movie, and a lot of people don't like overseas
Subtitles,
movies.
yeah.
They're afraid of it. The way that
That's the first time I ever
Bong
heard of this.
Joon-ho?
That's the first time I ever heard
Yeah,
of this title.
Bong
Yeah.
Joon-ho.
Interesting.
yeah, people are really afraid of it. It's a great movie.
It is.
Like I highly suggest that you watch Battle Royale.
Okay.
It's awesome.
It's like the Hunger Games,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
but way more messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they all like wake up on this bus and they're like, yeah, you got.
I guess I'm going to
kill each
find
other.
the English dub.
There is no
probably.
English dub, I don't think.
I'm
I'm sure you
Oh.
could find an unofficial one, but I don't think there's an official English dub.
I think there is.
Oh, there is?
I'm pretty sure. I watched the one with the subtitles because I prefer to see. I prefer
Same.
to hear the.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that I came out of Godzilla -1 with. I prefer hearing the
accurate
performances
dialogue.
of the actors that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if
And
it's
the
like an
accurate
animated
dialogue,
thing.
because if it's dubbed, they gotta try to match it with as close as they can actually get it.
Yeah, and it's just it's like it doesn't work for me. It's so weird. So watch it with the subtitles, even if there is a dub.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
it's better.
Okay.
Bad Lieutenant.
Okay.
That's one you don't really hear about much.
Yeah,
It was a sequel with Nicolas Cage. Do you not know what it is?
I've probably heard it in the same sentence as Nicolas Cage, and that's it.
Here's the letterbox description for the first one. Gambler, thief, junkie, killer, cop. While investigating a young nun's assault, a correct New York police detective with a serious drug and gambling addiction tries to change his ways and find forgiveness.
Huh. Yeah,
All right.
I'm not. I've probably seen something from it. I've never actually watched it myself.
Yeah, the second one's called like Port of New Orleans, I think, and that's the one with Nicolas Cage.
Huh. All right.
So we became an
Huh.
unofficial franchise. Well, official franchise, for that matter.
Out for Justice, Steven Seagal. Does considered his best movie, and no one really talks about his movies at all anymore.
Yeah. Nobody really talked about Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
He's just
Everybody
kind of disappeared.
Yeah, anytime that I hear people talk about Steven Seagal, it's normally like painting a poor picture of a horrible demographic of men.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's normally the only time that I hear him get brought up.
I think I'm just going to mention two more. I'm just looking to make sure.
Here, I got one.
Yeah, go for it.
Dodgeball.
Yeah.
True.
Nobody
True.
talk like the only times that I really see anything about that, which I know that there was they announced a sequel to it recently, or like these past couple of years, but I haven't
Yeah.
heard anything else about it. I think that during the pandemic they were making Globo Gym like advertisements, and that was it. Like there was nothing else.
I heard dodgeball is really funny.
Yeah, it's great. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Nice.
It's so good. I love Justin Long in it.
Is Ben Stiller in it?
No, but yes, because he's the leader of the Global Gym. Yeah, it's got Ben Stiller in it.
So. Yeah.
It's got Vince Vaughn. It's got gosh, I can't remember her name, but I think that she was in Chuck, if I'm remembering it
Yeah.
right. It's got Alan Tudyk in it. He plays a pirate character.
I love Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, he's
He's
great.
amazing.
He's worth watching it just for its own.
Yeah.
I wish that I could remember the actress's character because she is almost unrecognizable in the movie. But there's this really beautiful actress that's in it, and she's like really well known for her looks, and she plays this character with a deep, heavy accent, and she's done up in this like quote unquote ugly makeup. Like she's made utterly unrecognizable unless you recognize her bone structure. It's insane. But I highly recommend it. It's a great movie. I really love it. No, nobody really talks about it other than like the couple times that it's popped up, and even then, I don't think that I've heard anybody talk about it beyond that.
Right.
Like it's just like when news comes up, they're like, oh hey, and then after a month or so, nobody talks about it ever again.
How many more you
Really is a
got?
bummer. I got 2 more. It looks like.
Okay. I got 2 really good ones done with, so do you want to do your last 2?
Yeah, I don't think mine are very good. The first one is Underworld.
Yeah.
After
the last movie, it just kind of died off.
Yeah, if I remember right, aren't they kind of in sequel hell because Kate Beckinsale won't return?
Yeah, I think so.
I
love the Underworld movies.
think that they're good. I definitely think
Twilight
that
for
they become
men.
camp. Yeah, yeah, I can see where you're coming from for there. They definitely became more campy as it went on.
Yeah.
I think that it kind of got the Resident Evil treatment
Yes.
in terms of the way that its franchise went.
I'm really excited for Barbarian's director doing a new Resident Evil movie.
I still need to watch Barbarian, but I've heard that.
It is.
Give it a
still-
physical release.
It's still not on freaking physical.
How is it not? Did it come out in 2022 or 2023 or something like that?
2021.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And the fact that it
Come
has
on,
Jenna
people.
Ortega in it and they won't fucking release it.
Well, Killers of the Flower Moon's not getting physical.
Yeah. Fuck you, Apple.
Yeah. Apple said we don't want physical.
What?
It's getting to the point where the common audience just needs to storm these studios and take the physical
Exactly.
copies for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. After the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme situation, like, I think that audiences just need to take matters into their own hands and steal a physical copy.
Which is likely could be coming now, possibly because Ketchup Entertainment, the
Which is
same studio,
bullshit.
which the same studio that did The Day the Earth Blew Up, which I seen by the way, it's awesome. Go check it out. They're buying. They could potentially be selling it so they can actually release this thing.
WB needs to give back the money that they got for the tax.
Yeah, I
write-off.
know. They're getting rid of their Looney Tunes cartoons and now this. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah, if that movie is able to be bought, which if it's able to be bought, somebody do it with Batgirl, please.
Yes.
Yes.
But
Yes.
if that movie is able to be bought, WB needs to give back the money that I got for his tax write-off.
Exactly.
It needs to.
Exactly.
If you wrote it off as a movie and you're like, this will never be released, then it should never be released, even if somebody comes in with a great offer for it.
Right.
Like, no, you receive money to make sure that this movie never sees the light of day.
And going
That's bullcrap. That's insane. I hope that it happens. I hope that we get the movie.
Me too.
But,
going back to Barbarian and Killers of the Flower Moon, we don't encourage piracy.
no, we don't.
But if it's not going to get a physical release, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, again, gotta take matters into your own hands.
Yeah.
Like this is just insane at this point.
There are bootlegs out there.
Yeah,
We don't encourage it.
Yeah, there may or may not be one available on VHS out there somewhere, which I think that would be a
No.
cool way of watching it.
It would be.
It would be.
But anyway, what was your next one?
My next one is Wet Hot American Summer. I
Okay.
think that's a classic.
Yeah,
I think
not
that
even
it's
heard of it really.
well, no, I think that's a cult classic.
Okay.
I think that that's the treatment that it really has. It got 2 sequels, quote unquote, 2 series that were sequels. There was a pre-sequel series on Netflix, and then there was like a 10 years later series.
Okay.
But nobody's really talked about it ever since. I think that the series kind of like killed the online talk about it, honestly. Aside from like the diehard fans. But it's a great movie. If you watch that movie and you watch Quantumania back to back, Paul Rudd really does not age. But it's a star-studded cast too. It's got Paul Rudd, it's got Amy Poehler, it's got Bradley Cooper, it's got Rob, crap, I forget what his
Schneider?
name is. No, I can't remember.
Rob Lowe?
No, because I wanted to say Rob Lowe. It's not Rob Lowe. Whatever. Another character is Elizabeth Banks. She plays like an undercover cop in it. It's interesting. I really like it. I think that's a really cool movie. Another case of like, please like put this movie back into print and put this movie back onto the front cover, because a lot more people need to experience it. beautiful. Oh, it's got crap. It's got H. John Benjamin in it as the voice of a can of soup.
Okay.
That's like that's like sentient,
Yeah.
and it's talking to you would recognize him. He's I think it's Law and Order that he's on. He's one of the main detectives in like the weird on and off relationship that they've had for 25 years.
Yeah.
But he's the main guy in it, and he talks to the cam like the entire movie. It's so great. I love it. It's quite literally camp because it takes place during like the summers of like the 70s or something like that.
Yeah.
At like it's like the last day of a summer camp.
Okay, yeah.
It's a great movie. I really love it. I highly recommend it to anybody that hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
It's so good. No, that's the last movie I had. Well, American Summer. Oh, it's so good.
We're gonna kick it out with some kung fu for these last two.
Oh,
Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
okay,
Oh,
yeah,
nice, nice.
One of the greatest martial arts movies of the 80s. No one talks about it anymore.
yeah.
And then going back to the 70s to end it, Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
No one talks about either of these anymore.
Well-
Martial art movies just aren't prevalent anymore.
Well,
Except Karate Kid and Cobra Kai.
I think that Bruce Lee just got like a 4-film collection that was like revamped in 4K. Recently.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I
But
really,
no one talks
I
about
wanna
him
buy
anymore.
it, yeah,
Yeah, Enter the Dragon is a great movie.
it's fucking phenomenal. I really love it. It's
yeah,
so
if
good.
you've not seen it, definitely watch it.
I know we should.
It's like the origins of the yellow tracksuit that the bride wears in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
it's awesome.
Yeah,
Again, a little campy at times, but that's just kind of how those movies were.
yeah.
That's true.
I loved it. No, I really need to go back and watch it.
We had a butt ton of movies on our list.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching this.
Yes,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much.
Thank you so much for joining us. This was definitely another fun episode, and it's great that we're talking about these movies because it makes you guys want you to check out these movies that we recommend
Yes,
that you,
go
that
check
you
some of
check
these out.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, on Threads. We have a TikTok account, also Instagram. Go check us out over there. Don't forget to hit that bell on the notification bell to know when the new episodes could get uploaded over on the Cinema Simon Podcast YouTube page
And Spotify.
and Spotify. Definitely
Make
check
sure
it
to
out.
leave a review.
Absolutely. And tell us in the comments below, what is your favorite movie that no one talks about anymore? Tell us your favorite in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Absolutely.
Last thing I wanted to say, I mentioned this to John earlier that I was going to mention this on the podcast because I want to hear your opinion on this live on air.
Well,
So I watched a movie earlier called Anna and the Apocalypse. Have you heard of it?
I think that I've seen the title somewhere.
It is a zombie apocalypse musical set at Christmas time,
When did this come out?
2017.
I
Does not sound amazing?
That sounds like one hell of a ride, honestly.
I loved it. Yeah. But I wanted to hear your reaction to that on air.
No, honestly, that sounds pretty far up my alley. I'm not gonna lie.
It's on Tubi for like 6 more days.
Okay, I probably won't watch it within the next 6 days, but
Yeah.
come Christmas time,
I'm definitely buying the Blu-ray. It was so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. That sounds super interesting.
But
Yeah.
we thank you guys for watching. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you next week when we are finally reviewing Ash.
See you next week, guys.
We'll see you next week.
God bless everybody. Take care.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. Good night.